All right, Fearcast and Texas Frightmare. Talking to I Spit on Your Grave. We have
Daniel Franzese I. How you doing?
Hi,
Pretty good. And what do you do? And I'm Clyde, by the way. And
No, you're Ogre, actually. I'm Clyde.
oh yeah.
I'm much shorter, and I have a
It was
cooler
a long
hat.
night last night. No sure.
Oh, it was
trust me.
totally long.
No,
night.
it was technical hell. Let's face it, we've been in technical difficulty hell. But anyway, what do you do on the new 2010 I Spit on Your Grave?
I play Stanley, who is most known as the motorboat guy.
The
motorboat in the original. That was his death. I mean, ours is different, but it's mostly how you would be able to tell it.
I was hoping for another story.
What do you mean?
Well, you know what a motorboat is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just hoping so.
How do you think I got the part?
Yeah. But no, that's cool. So, we were talking to, gosh, I feel terrible. I'm terrible with names. Ogre, help me out. The previous interview.
Chad Lindbergh.
Thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
And he was just
Too
talking.
many names running through our heads right
I've met everybody, and I'm very, very good friends with about, I guess, 1,000 people, and I just wish I really remembered them.
A notepad and a pen does wonders.
Yeah.
Especially for a podcast.
But, oh, thank
Hey,
you. Look
there you
at that,
go.
a notepad. I'm halfway there. I'll just okay. A pen! As if I don't probably have a pen and a pen. All right, we have
$100 bill does wonders. I don't know.
I will warn you, if
Still
you're
working?
expecting a serious professional journalism, you're not in the right spot.
If you're expecting a serious professional actor, you are also not in the right spot, sir.
All right.
It's a match made in heaven right here. So he was talking about just this is a much darker, as if that were possible, because I Spit on Your Grave was known as being just the most out there. This just, I can't believe they did that. And you're like, well, you know, we're a little jaded in this 21st century, moving into the second decade, and let's go ahead and up the ante and make it another. I can't believe they did that. How do you feel about that? I mean, what is your take on this? Did you really raise the bar?
I have to tell you, you know, there's only so much. I mean, at this point in horror cinema, there's only so much you can do gore-wise that's really going to push the envelope without being like completely ridiculous, you know. So, I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily if that part of it's what they're talking about, but I think that these guys have a much more sophisticated level of sexual perversion, than the other guys did. So I think it takes. I mean, there were things in the script that I was like, wow, that is freaking creepy.
So they're even more twisted than the original.
Yeah, these guys are. It's a little more perverted.
Okay, here's a question for you. Without going into details on what happened to your character.
Unless you're watching, but I mean, hey, that's spoiler, right?
Hey, right. I'm not a big spoiler fan.
Okay. Are the special effects the traditional? Are they more computer generated? Or?
We have almost. I would say like we only have one computer generated effect in the whole movie. Everything's practical props. Everything.
I loved you.
Yeah, no, we love it too. That was a very big thing that Stephen R. Monroe, our director, was very adamant about from the beginning. All of our, I mean, and there's some really elaborate stuff, but everything was practical. I mean, I ended up in the emergency room after my death scene.
Okay, now we got a story.
Oh, wow.
How did?
Without giving anything away, I'll just tell you that my arm fell asleep for about 5 days, and I was really worried that it was going to be a permanent situation. I had like a pinched nerve or something, but I went in and they told me that I had something that called Saturday night palsy that a lot of drunks get, because like when you sleep on your arm or something and then you lose feeling in your arm, and it just takes a long. I mean, I still to this day think that my right arm falls asleep a little bit faster than it normally would have. But you know what? It makes a really good date when I'm alone. Nice stranger, built-in stranger. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like for real, the truth is, like, I was a little worried after that. You know, I mean, it took me 2 days to even say anything about the injury, but all of us were injured. Right, the next day, Jeff Branson, another actor in the film that plays Johnny, had the same thing happen to him. He also had it, but at least I already got the diagnosis, so he knew he was all right.
So you got to watch out. We've got this going around on the set, apparently.
Yeah, we were in a lot of precocious positions for a really long time. You know, filming our death scenes. There were everybody, each and every one of us, Rodney Eastman and a lot of all the actors. We were very uncomfortable filming our stuff because everything was practical. I mean, we have one like I don't want to give anything away, but there's one thing that is computer generated and is just on our budget and in the time frame that we had to do and the amount of time it had to be. But when you see it, it's still going to look really badass.
So how did you get started in this whole business? What brought you out?
That's an interesting question for me, particularly because I've always wanted to be an actor. I mean, just long story. I was the first grandkid out of like 12 grandkids, and all my family lived on one block in Brooklyn. So when I learned the ABCs, I did the coffee table circuit, you know? So like I got used to the attention at an early age. But I went to school for it and everything, and I was a theater actor for a long time, and Larry Clark discovered me for Bully. Larry Clark and the casting director Carmen Cuba, they were scouting locations, and I was performing in this club, and they came up to me and talked to me about playing Derek Sverko in Bully, who at the time I really resembled, and I got my first movie, and then I guess the rest is history.
Just kind of steamrolls through it.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it steamroll. It was more like Sisyphus. I was definitely pushing that rock up that hill all those years, but like I made it.
Okay. Is there any other works we should look for, past or future?
Past, you got Bully, Party Monster, Mean Girls, Kill Theory, Killer Pad, Crew World, are all my like horror, true crime genres, and Mean Girls, of course, just being a popular, mean-spirited comedy. But in the future, I have a movie coming out about a prison revolt in a hospital for the criminally insane, where I play like a security guard, and that's called On the Inside, and that's with Nick Stahl and Olivia Wilde, Shora Agudashu, Pruitt Taylor, Vincent Dash Mahon. And I'm on Party Down this season on the Stars Network, reteaming with Lizzie Kaplan for Mean Girls, just some more comedy, mixing it all up.
I suppose we wanted to track you down on the internet, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, my Twitter is What's Up Danny. I have a notarobot.tumblr.com where I have a blog spot where I post a lot of funny pictures and cool things from the set and stuff. I have a MySpace, myspace.com/handsomedanny, and I have a Facebook fan site. I keep my Facebook private for my family, but I have a Facebook fan site where I post anything that's coming up career-wise that's going on.
That really seems to be the way Facebook
works the best. Yeah.
That's your real deal. I mean, this is legit. It's none of the MySpace stuff. Then you can have a fan page if you need to be more public.
Right. Well, I just don't want to bombard my friends and family with like work stuff if they don't really care.
Exactly.
And I want to keep the work stuff with people with that's the information they want. They don't need to know I'm eating a sandwich.
So your Tumblr log, Not a Robot. Where'd you get that? That's good.
I just felt Not a Robot is sort of like my position in Hollywood. Like I'm not trying to follow the normal Hollywood mold. I'm not out there like trying to do what everybody else wants me to do. I'm just kind of living my life doing my thing. So I'm not a robot.
That's good.
That's what my Nana calls me.
Well, if you want to, we're on Facebook as well. Fearcast Radio with Ogre and Clark. If you want to hop on there and just join in stealthily so you can just blend in, we're more than happy to have you on there with
Sweet,
us.
Man,
Well, see, the stealth thing, and now that you've told the internet, we'll have to sneak
Creative editing.
So we'll cut that out. We'll cut it all out in post. Yeah, this interview will be like 2 seconds long. It's like, hi.
Hey, blue.
Yeah. Well, this has been great. It's
Excellent, man. Nice to talk to you guys. Yeah, pleasure. Thanks a lot.
We hope to see you this September.
Yeah, I'll be around.